Good morning, Muscatine. My name is Autumn Schultz. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Before we get started, I want to say thank you to our sponsors. We have Hy-Vee, Unity Point and Trinity Muscatine, Muscatine Power and Water, Becky Insurance, Rivel Plumbing and Heating, Toyota of Muscatine, Impact Fitness and Nutrition, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Impact Life Blood Center, Harper Cycling and Fitness, Muscatine County Fair, Bayer of Muscatine, and Muscatine Walk to End Alzheimer's. A couple things that are happening this week, January 18th at 5:30 at the Musser Public Library is the How to Prevent Dementia and Stay Safely Home event that is happening with Dr. Saga. Right now they are at max capacity, but you will be able to watch it later this week. It is going to be recorded. You can watch it through Discover Muscatine and also on Unity Point Trinity Muscatine's Facebook page, so you will be able to catch it if you can't make it in person. Also with January, it is the National Mentoring Month, and Big Brothers Big Sisters is still looking for 5 bigs to reach their goal for the month of January. So if you are a big brother, a big sister, or even a couple that would like to volunteer 1 hour each week to your day and being able to help littles that are looking for some extra encouragement, love, and appreciation, this is something to definitely apply for. So you can go to Big Brothers Big Sisters on their website or emailing them, or you can talk to Lindsay Phillips, who will be the person to talk to about the program. So they are still looking for anyone that would like to be a big brother, sister, or a couple. This Friday, January 20th at 7:30, we have the Muskie girls basketball game. They are going against Bettendorf. It will be broadcasted through here with Discover Muscatine, so you can watch it on Facebook, YouTube, Channel 3, and also, of course, go in person and celebrate our Muskie girls. So that is 7:30 at our auditorium. And also coming up next Friday is the Muskie Cake Auction. So you don't actually have to be a business or a business. You don't have to be a volunteer. You can donate a cake, and all of this money will go through the Muskie Cake Auction. So entries are free. You don't even have to be present to be there, so you can just drop it off the day of or stay, of course, enjoy and see all the amazing cakes. This year's theme is decades. So if you have some really cool ideas, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or 2000s, come up with something. More cakes, the better for our Muskie Booster Club. So get that in and check out all the cakes that are going to be happening here soon. Today I am with Katie Kelly from MCSA, and we're going to be talking about the upcoming pit count. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
My coffee's kicking in, so I'm good. So first off, introduce yourself and tell us what you do with MCSA.
Sure. My name is Katie Kelly, and I am the program director with MCSA. So my role is that I oversee all of the social programming under the umbrella of MCSA. So all 3 shelters, the men's shelter, the family shelter, the domestic violence shelter, our homeless prevention program, our Fueling the Future program. I oversee our food pantry and pretty much any of the social programs that go on at MCSA. I'm the supervisor for.
You are very busy.
I am a very busy lady, yes.
Love it. A lot to go through. And so something that is coming up here soon is the Pit Count Day. So first of all, if people don't know what Pit Count is, can you tell us what that is?
Absolutely. So every year the federal government requires homeless service agencies to participate in what they call the point in time count, or the pit count. Basically what that is on January 26th, the morning, very early morning of January 26th, we ask that the federal government asks that folks from these homeless service agencies go out and count the number of homeless people that may be existing, whether in shelter or on the streets. What we do is we gather a group of volunteers and we canvass Muscatine County, and provide referral services to folks that we may find that are experiencing homelessness out in the community. and provide that information to the federal government so that they have a better idea of the number of people who are experiencing homelessness in our community.
And when you go out to these two, so we're talking Muscatine County, so anywhere from Bluegrass, Fruitland, Wilton, and even Muscatine in here, that group of volunteers definitely kind of divide and conquer. And when you do the count, is there something that you do for ones that you maybe see living out in the streets or in the cars? Do you provide anything for them?
We do. So what we're going to do this year is we're going to provide referral information as well as what we call blessing bags. Those bags include like hand warmers, bottles of water, non-perishable food items that they can easily access. And also, like I said, referral information in order to assist them with becoming housed in our area. So we'll give them a business card for either our street outreach program, navigator, or for our shelter.
Oh, I love blessing bags. I love that name. It's very nice. You said this is the first time that you've done that for?
We did do it last year. We provided some bags last year, but this year we have a church out of Tipton, Iowa, that's actually going to be providing us with bags to pass out to people. So we're very excited about that.
That was very nice of them. I love that. And with this too, kind of talking about like a little bit of last year's, what was something that maybe that you've seen within this past year since last year's previous count?
So we have noticed quite an uptick over the last year in folks who are either at risk of experiencing homelessness or currently experiencing homelessness. A lot of that is due to the fact that the eviction moratorium after the pandemic has been lifted, and so folks are more at risk of losing their housing. And so we've seen quite a bit of an uptick in people experiencing homelessness throughout our community. It can be really difficult in places like Muscatine for people to recognize the amount of people who are experiencing homelessness because we are a rural community. And a lot of times people who are currently experiencing homelessness are typically sleeping in people's, like, friends' houses, families' houses, things like that, what we call couch surfing. But there are also a fair number of folks who are residing in encampments throughout our community, especially during the warmer seasons.
And so going into that, if someone is about to experience homelessness, what are some of the steps and ways that you help them? Maybe it's to get them back on track or just kind of that preparation.
Absolutely. We have a homeless prevention program, which is funded through different grants, both local, state, and federal government grants. Maya Ribink is our housing stability navigator for our homeless prevention program. So what she does is when someone is referred to our program, either self-referral or referred by a landlord or another service provider, she meets with that person and does an intake with them and talks about what they need in order to become more stable, and assist them with seeking out those resources to become more stable. And if necessary, we assist them with potentially getting their past rent paid. If maybe it's a situation where they're living in a place where the rent is too high, we can assist them with finding a new place to live that's maybe a little bit more within their budget, different things like that.
And anyone that maybe is watching that and maybe is about to go through that or experience it right now, how do they contact to get more information?
Absolutely. You can, anybody can call and make a self-referral. Call us over at MCSA at 563-264-3278 and ask to speak with Maya.
Okay.
And she will get in contact with them and set up an intake.
All right. And this is always, we were talking earlier, I was like, I know more questions are going to pop up, and all this is really great information. And going into the pit count now, can we talk about a little bit the importance about why these numbers need to go in, especially with like the funding portion of it too?
Absolutely. For me, there's 3 reasons why it's super important to get the word out about the pit count. The first reason is that it is something that's required by the federal government, and the reason that it is that the government needs to have an idea of how many folks are experiencing homelessness in our community during one point in time, so that they can look and see whether or not the services that we've been providing are working or if they need more. So it allows them to allocate funds to be able to get those funds to areas where homelessness is more of an issue than not. Also, it's beneficial for, I think, the folks who are experiencing homelessness who maybe don't know what resources are out there, right? So if somebody is living in their car, if somebody is living in an encampment, if somebody is, living on the street, we can get referral information to them and get them hooked up with services that can assist them. Also, I think it's beneficial for the community because, like I said earlier, it is difficult for folks that are living in the community to know exactly the level of struggle that folks are having to find housing in our area, because oftentimes homelessness in the Muscatine area is a little more hidden. And so I think it helps community members to understand the need that's out there, and can also just give community members an understanding of the services that we provide.
I mean, that's perfect. I think obviously more info the better, more knowledge is better.
Absolutely.
Having the resources for MCSA and being able to provide that, the funding is what definitely need that to have for anyone that is in need, especially all three shelters too.
Absolutely.
So not only that, so it's coming up in, what are we, 9 days? No.
9 days.
Next Thursday.
Thursday. Yep.
Yeah, 9 days.
Very early in the morning next Thursday.
Yes, I saw 4:30 in the morning.
Yes.
And
yes.
we were joking about that this morning. I woke up at 5, which that is definitely out of my comfort zone.
Definitely out of mine too.
So how do people volunteer for this? Like, who do they contact and where do they need to go?
Absolutely. So what we would like people to do is, if you are interested in coming out and assisting us to canvass the area, we'd like you to call our main number, 563-264-3278, and ask to either speak with myself, Katie Kelly, or our Resource Development Officer, Nick Horn.
Okay.
And we will get you set up with everything that you need. We are doing a very short volunteer orientation this Friday at 5 o'clock, just to kind of, for someone who's never volunteered in this type of situation, if they're interested, they can come and we can give them a really short presentation on the importance of the pick count and what we actually do when we go out. But if you can't make that, that's okay, because we're meeting at 4:30 in the morning at MCSA, and we can give you that information really quick before we head out. Just so folks know, we're not going to send people out who have never done the pick count alone before. We don't send anybody out alone. We always we'll hook you up with someone who's done this before and has a lot of experience in working with folks in the community who are experiencing homelessness. So it's a very safe activity to engage in as well.
Good. Safety first. Always have the buddy system. That always helps.
Absolutely.
And then for the orientation, is this at MCSA as well on Friday?
It is at MCSA. Yep. Okay. So just come in the front doors and go to the front desk and ask for Katie, and we'll help you out with that.
And of course, too, after you get done with the event, you go out for breakfast. And what happens during breakfast?
So a lot of times when we go out afterwards, this year we're going to the Pancake and Waffle House, which I'm really excited about.
It's delicious.
I know,
It
right?
is amazing. I love going there.
Right. So usually what we do is we debrief. We talk about whether or not we had found anybody, what the experience was like. A lot of times in the winter when we do these counts, a lot of times we won't find physical people out because it is very cold, but we will find encampments or areas where people had been staying, and sometimes that can be something that can be really shocking to folks because they're not used to experiencing that or seeing that, and so we debrief and talk about it, and then we also discuss any other services that we can offer to folks, and just take that time to debrief a little bit and warm back up a little bit. Last year it was one of the coldest days of the month that we went out. I remember I was dressed in like full on like Carhartts.
Okay.
And so it's very much a opportunity to warm up. I don't think it's going to be that bad this year, which is great. Right.
After yesterday's weather, I don't know what Mother Nature is throwing at us.
Right, no idea.
Not a clue. So I think this is all amazing information. This is always so important. Just getting the word out, understanding the importance of it. Orientation this Friday. A lot of information. The blessing bags I love that name, blessing bags too. I think that's so pretty and just very soft. And the importance of this is just to help with the funding, especially with MCSA, the domestic shelter, and the men's shelter as well. Really great information. Is there anything going on that you'd like to talk about with MCSA for future events to get prepared for?
Sure. So in the pretty far future, April 15th, we've got our New Beginnings Gala for the domestic violence shelter. I know Judy's probably going to be on and speaking about that here in the future with you.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to make sure people are saving the date. This is our first year since 2019 that we've been able to be in person for this gala and this fundraiser, which is a super important fundraiser for the domestic violence shelter. A lot of people don't know our domestic violence shelter is not funded by any other any federal funding or anything like that. It is completely based on donations. So the only way that we keep our doors open and running is because of awesome people in the community that support what we do. So very excited about being able to be in person for this gala and raising funds for folks who are survivors of domestic violence. We also, as always, we have our food pantry open Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to noon. We have a lot of good big plans for our food pantry. We're hoping to be opening up our meal site again, hopefully by maybe this spring or early summer, so we can do hot meals a couple times a week, a few times a week. We are also going to be working towards moving towards a full choice pantry, which is going to be very similar to a grocery store situation, where we have food items on a shelf and folks can pick what they want. We feel like that reduces the amount of waste and also improves people's ability to just be able to pick things for themselves. And it gives a little bit more dignity to folks rather than just going through and picking up a bag of food. They have the ability to choose what's best for them and their family.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that before.
Yeah, so we're really excited about that. We do have a new food pantry manager, Austin Lovestead. She just started this past Monday. And we're excited to have her on board and enjoy getting some new, fresh ideas and working with that. Let's see, what else is going on at MCSA? What isn't going on at MCSA?
There's always something going on.
There's always something.
But that's a good thing. I mean, you've got the community, you've got Muscatine County supporting 100% and amazing opportunities just to get in and do something back. I think every single time I talk to Nick Horn, that girl's always has something.
There's always something going on.
She is incredible.
She is. She's great.
And then I think too, you had that, I don't want to call it a health fair, but...
We did. We had the wellness fair back in, I believe it was November.
November,
it was November, yep.
And that looked like a good turnout too.
It was. It was a nice turnout and folks got a lot of good information and we were excited about that. We have the opportunity, if folks are in need, we have our shelters that are open. Our doors are open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. We are a warming center for folks that maybe are having some trouble if it's super cold outside, which I'm sure it will get again. We are a site to be able to come in and get warm. We're just finishing, well, I don't want to say finishing. We're working towards finishing our renovation in our building. Our front desk just moved back upstairs and we're very excited about that, to be back home where we belong. We do have our peer drop-in center, which is available Monday through Fridays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And that is if someone is experiencing some mental health crisis or just having some issues with coping, which happens a lot during our winter season, they can come in and meet with a peer support worker and gain access to resources for mental health.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. We also, we've just got so much going on right now. I was just trying to think of something else as we were talking that we are offering at this point, but it's, oh, now I remember. Starting this evening, I believe it starts at 6:30, we have a 24/7 dads group that has come back to our building.
Nice.
So that is a group that if you're a dad, doesn't matter if you are a grandpa, a dad, if your kids live with you, if they don't live with you, however at all, it's a support group where you can get together with other dads and work through a type of educational program on parenting, and it's a free program. Absolutely, you can show up one day and maybe not the next. It's not mandatory at all for you to go to all of their meetings, but it'll be every Tuesday, I believe at 6:30 down in our dining room area.
I think that is great. I tried reading a book about parenting and that didn't work. So having other people, peers, experience the support especially is very important.
Yeah, and if anybody is interested in learning more about that program, they can get a hold of Lindsay Phillips. She, with the YMCA, she is the one who runs those programs. So that's also a fantastic opportunity. We also have AA that meets in our building twice a week. So if you're looking for assistance with maintaining your recovery, you can come into our building, and we've got AA on Sundays and Tuesdays, I believe it is. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And the best way is always, I mean, the Facebook page is always up to date, website, going in person and just talking to someone. There's something there for almost everyone.
There really is. There really is. We also have, during our food pantry hours on Thursdays, we have our Community Health Center mobile clinic that comes in. It's a free walk-in clinic if you're experiencing any health issues and want to be seen. Doesn't matter if you have insurance or not, or what type of insurance you have. You can come in and be seen, get your blood pressure checked, get your vitals checked, get your A1C checked, whatever you need to have done.
Yeah.
And you can see a healthcare provider who is able to prescribe. And so that's a fantastic resource as well that we have during our food pantry hours.
Wow. There is something for everyone.
There is literally
really
something for everyone, yes.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of amazing information. So pit count is next Thursday, 4:30 a.m., meeting there. Looking for volunteers, best way is just to call.
Yep,
Perfect.
absolutely. Just call us at 563-264-3278. And if you're not interested in getting up at 4:30 in the morning, I totally get it, because I am hardly ever interested in getting up at 4:30 in the morning. But we have several volunteer opportunities at MCSA. If you just want to help out, if you want to help run the front desk, if you want to help work with folks that are staying in shelter, whether teaching a class or just hanging out and being there for people. We love having people come and volunteer in our building, so definitely call us, and we've definitely got something for you regardless of what it is that you like to do. So we love having volunteers.
More the merrier.
Yes, we could not do what we do without the help of volunteers.
Oh, that's why I love volunteering. It's so much fun. So, Katie, that was a lot of info.
I know, right?
Amazing, amazing amount of information. So, I mean, honestly, the best way to see everything is through Facebook and through the website, just being able to stay always up to date on what's going on.
Absolutely.
And then I know, is there a newsletter?
We do typically send out a newsletter. I honestly believe that the best way to get information is just go on our Facebook page. Nick is always updating our Facebook page.
Yeah.
And so if you have questions, you can always message us through Facebook. You can always call. We answer the phones 24/7. So we've always got someone there to answer any questions that you may have.
Yeah. Shout out to Nick. She's amazing. Does an incredible job. literally, she's just awesome.
She is awesome.
Nick, awesome.
We're very lucky to have her, absolutely.
Oh, Katie, thank you so much for coming on. Before we wrap up, is there any additional, like, kind of one last statement you want to make sure is addressed?
I think just making sure that the community is aware of the need that we have here in Muscatine. People are struggling, and wintertime is a tough time for a lot of people, and I just want to make sure that if anybody has it in their heart to help out in any way, just call us and we will lead people in the direction that they feel comfortable in volunteering in.
Great, beautiful information, super easy, just getting
Absolutely.
out there, a couple hours, even 4:30 in the morning.
Right.
It is for only a couple hours, once a year.
And you get breakfast.
That's the bonus. And the blessing bags, honestly, I think that's that beautiful personal touch right there.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and giving us the MCSA update.
That was a
lot.
Thank you.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We'll have Impact Fitness and Nutrition with us. We will be talking about an event that they have coming up in February, and also with Hy-Vee here, it will be the Hy-Vee Health Fair that is happening this Saturday, and we'll talk more about that. Until then, stay happy and stay healthy. I will see you later, Muscatine.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we're here to serve.
When you buy a vehicle at a multi-brand dealership and it isn't locally owned, it can be difficult to get information that you need.
That's why all of our trained salespeople are focused on one thing, getting you the best deal possible on a new or used Toyota.
And when you pick your favorite, we will help you with financing and maintenance.
We love helping our neighbors.
Come to Toyota Muscatine today.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.
Hi, I'm TJ Deere, General Manager here at Toyota Muscatine.
Hi, I'm Megan and I'm from Muscatine.
My name is Logan and I'm from Muscatine.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we believe in investing in our community.
And that's why all our members are local to the Muscatine area.
It's why we give generously to charities based in our city.
Because we believe that giving back means paying it forward.
That's why an investment in us is an investment in our community.
Okay guys, we've been through a lot together. We all know sometimes it gets hard, but it's okay to not feel okay. You know what helps? A good book or going for a walk. Not now, Fred. But what really helps is to talk to someone. Because to take care of each other, you gotta take care of you. If you need to talk to someone, your doctor will listen. Unity Point Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
When you buy a vehicle for Toyota Muscatine, keeping your vehicle safely on the road is our highest priority.
We offer scheduled maintenance and extended service hours for those unexpected repairs.
Our service department's mechanics are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality of care.
Feel free to ask any of our friendly staff if you have any questions.
Come on down to Toyota Muscatine today.